yard haunt update. Okay, that wasn't the yard haunt update. This is the real yard haunt update.
Yard haunt update. Today we got out here and we put out some tree branches and some other stuff. Didn't do too much else because, like I said last night, I don't really know what's going on with this whole sewer situation, so I don't want to get too in depth here. I'm already really far involved, so but yeah, so I came out here today, added some little tree branches around. I've been really curious to see what it looks like now that the lights are all on and everything's going. But I stuck one out here, and then over here by the caretaker, just kind of throwing them around, just kind of make stuff look overgrown. Got one by Granny Bates. I figured I'd try and do this update. I ordered some pizza and it's taken forever to get here, so I was like, oh, you know what, do the yard haunt update. But yeah, we added one right here, and we got that one behind Granny Bates beside this little girl, and then there's a couple more out here. I stuck one up there. But everything looks cool. Got all our pumpkins lit up. Definitely would like to do some more on this corn. Kind of get the corn up and going here. Yeah, I like the tree branch next to him. It's kind of like fills it out. It fills this weird little void next to him. Still got our pumpkin arch. I mean, I'm really excited for next year about having the cemetery columns and everything next year. Then what did we do over here? Yeah, I'm gonna have to move this candle because now the pumpkin's right over top of it. I have to move it over here. You can actually see it. That sucks. I liked it there, but you know, when the pumpkin's overgrown, what are you gonna do? Got our 12-foot skelly turned on. Hopefully this is my pizza guy pulling up. Nope, not yet. But we got a branch over here I threw next to this tombstone. That looks cool in the dark here. And then we just kind of sprinkle branches all over the place. Put one here to kind of fill this weird void. Oh, you're working? I actually think tomorrow, which is Saturday, I'm supposed to have my parts for her, or a new animatronic, or whatever they decide to give me or send me. There's a FedEx delivery notice from Spencer's Gifts, so that's Spirit Halloween. But we still got the fern over here. This little candle. I don't know why all my candles are like tipped. Like every candle's tipped over. Then I added another little branch. Block this light. Maybe. Anyway. There. Added one there. This guy's like very confused. Like, oh, there's a road closed? What do I do? Added one over here. And then I just kind of sprinkled them around the fence. Oh, I set him off. Gravestone Ghoul or Groundbreaker. Let's go out here. Straw Man. He's probably not gonna go off. What? Oh, I forgot she was on. This is not a familiar voice. Dark Princess. But yeah, we added like little branches out here, and some you can see like sticking out there. I got more little ones. I'll probably do more of that than this one by the guard zombie. And I think there's one sticking out of the fence over here. Yeah, you can't really see it. We got guard zombie, the wolf, Old Faithful, and skeleton sacrifice. Up on the porch too, on the banisters, I added some branches, you can see there. And then in that corner, I've obviously got more I can add, but I just try to fill that like really weird void and make it look more overgrown next to that plant. So now it like fills stuff out. Looks pretty cool. I definitely like the look of it in the dark, so figured it'd look pretty cool with the lights. The view from the road. Yeah, you can see the branches. I think next year when I switch it up and use the different fencing, you know, you'll be able to see stuff like that. This white fence blocks so much stuff. Like you can't really even see the crow tombstone or hardly see the little girl. I mean, in person you can. On video here, it's kind of very hard to see stuff like that. And then, you know, this angle right here, you can't hardly see any of the pumpkins. But what are you gonna do besides change it up? Yeah, I think the branches and the ferns and everything kind of ties together now. I wanted to add more branches over here next to this guy, kind of surround him, so I might add them behind him, like on the sides, because I had corn and obviously the wind just destroys everything. So I might add some branches like out in front of this, and maybe like one coming through the fence, or like a big branch like coming through that big hole. Maybe that's an idea. So I'll probably do that, and then I'll probably add some stuff around him. So yeah, we got tree all lit up. I don't know, I really like the colors of everything this year. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I mean, although I know I could do better. Next year, like I said, I want to go more back to my roots. You know, more DIY. You know, the homemade stuff. I want to make cemetery columns. I want to make a new archway and get all this stuff like really cool, and then reskin a lot of these animatronics, make new outfits, make new stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. I personally think it'd be really cool to see like a really big version of this somewhere in the yard, and multiple different kind of variations just kind of strung up. Like I want the Sleepy Hollow kind of trick-or-treat kind of vibe. That's why I've been talking about reskinning some of these animatronics. Like I'll probably get a new trench coat for this guy, just kind of spruce him up a little bit, just kind of do something different with him, but actually like make a grave for him to dig and different stuff, and utilize the tombstones a little differently next year. Focus more on tombstone animatronics and just really make the graveyard come to life. Get the thunder and lightning stuff going, get that figured out. But once we build cemetery columns, I'll be able to do that. So I think over the winter and, you know, spring and stuff like that, I'll be able to build a lot more of this stuff, and we're already kind of sketching out some ideas. My buddy Ryan's going to help me weld some columns, and then obviously I'll just foam board over top of that and just start making it happen. And then I'd really like to do a mausoleum. I really think a mausoleum over here would be awesome, and then I can take that spooky tree, instead of putting it there, like stick it somewhere else and maybe not use so much. You know, I won't have so many animatronics. I'll still have like the caretaker. I'll still have this guy. Maybe sprinkle some of the scarecrows, but like move that spooky tree and like put it like up here, or maybe even in the middle of the yard, and then have that gravedigger next to him and a mausoleum here with some tombstones and stuff around it. I think would be awesome. But we'll get there bit by bit, little by little. We're gonna make this happen. Like I said, my buddy Ryan's gonna help me weld a bunch of stuff. He's gonna help me make some of this stuff. It's gonna be kind of a group effort. I know my wife really thinks the ideas of this stuff's pretty cool, and I showed her some pictures of Steve's haunted yard, and she was like, yeah, that looks awesome. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do, like something like that. And then on the inside, I'll be able to build off with lights off the back here, like little pieces I can add off the top. And I think it'd be killer. I think it'd be really awesome to be able to do that. And especially using like this next to the mausoleum or something would be killer. And these little tombstones. So I'm gonna try and catch some sales on tombstones, get some more of these plastic ones obviously, and try to catch some sales on tombstone animatronics and all that good stuff. So we'll probably keep the 12-foot skelly, but yeah, I definitely want to do more like skeleton sacrifice, do stuff like that. And maybe that will be front and center over here next year, front corner, have him, or maybe have him in the back with some other stuff going on. But I think it'd be really cool, and just kind of start taking those animatronics and getting them out of here and move on. Kind of it's time to move on. It's time to progress. I've kind of done with I started with homemade and evolved into a lot of store-bought. I started getting away from doing a lot of homemade stuff. Now I'm like, okay, I want to make homemade stuff because I can make some pretty cool stuff. And I've only gotten better over the years, and I'm way better now at this stuff than I was when I started doing a yard haunt. So now I'm like, man, I really want to start making some stuff. But now it's hard because I'm vending shows and I'm traveling and doing all this other stuff now. So it's just really hard to find the extra time to be taking on such a massive project, like doing these fencing. Like that's going to be 3 panels of fencing there, 3 panels of fencing there. Like that's 6 panels. That's going to take forever to make. And then doing a cemetery gate. I want to do a cemetery gate here, but like a big one, because I'm going to make big columns. But I'm going to have to make them and then measure them out, because I'm going to have to make the fence to fit. And it's going to have to fit perfect. So, my columns are going to be 2 foot-ish. So you're going to lose 2 feet. You're going to lose 2 feet. But I'm going to have awesome columns. And then, I could probably use like this top or another archway for the top, and then make like a cemetery sign or, something like that. But I want to make a big gate that's just like looks broken and hangs out to like here. So it like blocks this off and you can see through it. I think it'd look cool as hell. But that's what we're going to do, guys. That's kind of my ideas and my plans here. But, yeah. Let me know down below what you guys think of the future of the yard haunt here. I kind of really want to go all out on a solid theme and really go graveyard. I mean, I always went graveyard, but I really want to go like graveyard heavy and really cool, unique props that like most people don't have. And even if you do, say you have Strawman and I reskin it, you're not gonna have the same one. So it's kind of what I want to do. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for watching. And members get exclusive behind the scenes videos. Just throwing that out there. Appreciate you guys. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow. Happy haunting.